Before solving this question, please subscribe to my channel. I will regularly post this sort of electrical questions into my channel. My channel is One Concept WE. Here the question is in DC machine. It is a 6-pole lap winding DC generator has 240 coils of 2 tons each. Resistance of 1 ton is 0.03 ohm. Armature is 50 centimeter long and diameter of 40 centimeter. And given air gap flux density is zero point 0.6 Tesla is uniform over the pole issue. Each pole subtends an angle of 40 degrees mechanical. Armature is rotating at a speed of 1200 rpm. We need to find generated EMF at no load and terminal voltage. They are providing armature current of 40 amps. Now summarize the data here. Now I am summarizing the data here. It is given it's in lap winding. We already know in lap winding number of parallel paths equal to number of poles. That's I mentioned here. They already given the generator has 240 coils. Each coil has 2 turns. Then total number of turns will be 240 into 2. We already know each turn will be 2 conductors. This is one conductor, this is one conductor. If you connection this one, then it will become a 1 turn. Then total number of conductors is number of turns into 2. Then total number of conductors is 960. The given resistance of turn is 0.03 ohm. Then resistance of per conductor. Resistance per conductor will be turn resistance by 2. Then resistance per conductor is this one. Then we need to find armature resistance. Armature resistance is Ra is ZR by A square. Z is in total number of conductors. R is resistance of each conductor. And A is a parallel path. By substituting above data, we get an armature resistance of 0.4 ohm. 0.4 ohm. They given the magnetic flux density of please sorry wait a minute. They given average area flux density is zero point 0.6 Tesla. But this zero point 0.6 Tesla is an 0.6 Tesla and each pole subtends an angle of 40 degrees mechanical. Here we already know in order to find EMF per conductor we have formula B into L into V. B is a magnetic flux density per pole pitch. Here we should not substitute zero point 0.6 in this formula because B is in total area flux density. We need to find per pole pitch. Here there are 6 poles, each having a mechanical angle of 40 degrees. Then it will be 240. The total will be 360 degrees. Then flux density per pole pitch will be B into 240 by 360. Then the magnetic flux density per pole pitch will be zero point 0.4. We already know L is already given in the data, which is of 50 centimeters. And V is the velocity of conductor, it should be in meter per second. V is the velocity in meter per second. We know one revolution, it will make 2 pi r distance. For n revolution per second, it will go for 2 pi r into n. If suppose n is revolution per minute, then velocity will be 2 pi r n by 60. They made n revolution in 60 seconds. We we need to substitute V in meter per second. That's why we are converting minutes to seconds. By substituting this formula here, we get an EMF per conductor will be 5.02 volts. We already know it is a lap winding. Number of parallel paths will be number of poles. There are six parallel paths. Means if we already know parallel path voltages will be same. This is one parallel path. This is second parallel path. The generated EMF will be one parallel path voltage. In one parallel path, there will be 960 by 6 conductors. There are total 960 conductors. If we equally divide in 6 parallel paths, per parallel path we will get 960 by 6. Then 960 by 6 into EMF per conductor, we get a EMF generated no load will be 803.2 volts. Now we need to find terminal voltage at full load. We already calculated EA, means generated EMF, and armature resistance. They're giving a armature current of 40 amps. By basic KVL, we get an expression like this. Then the terminal voltage will be 787.2 volts. Here, I want to give more explanation on this particular, like how we are calculating magnetic flux density. Here we see this is an 40 degrees mechanical angle. 40 degrees angle. This total angle will be like after this angle there will be some air gap from this side also. This total angle will be 360 by 60. 360 by 6 because we are equally dividing per pole. It will be 6. 60. Now we kindly the B of zero point 0.5, zero point 0.6 Tesla is for 60 degrees mechanical angle. For 40 degrees, it will be zero point 0.6 into 40 by 60. If you do basic maths, it will be zero point 0.4. This I got. For more this sort of questions, subscribe to my channel.